How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the Comic Fix, where I have a huge comic haul for this week. I think this is easily my biggest one, but all the books that I pulled basically came out this 1 week. Now, there was a lot of Marvel new number ones that I checked out, so of course that boosted up this big old stack. I think this whole entire stack cost me like $130. Good thing I have a good paying job, and I work a ton of hours. So it allows me to afford all these comics, and it doesn't really hurt my bank account. So, first one I picked up was Blackbird's issue number 4. I've been enjoying this series a little bit. I like the first issue quite a bit. Second, third, I was a little bit getting over the book, but I am going to stick out with a couple more issues. And if it doesn't really improve, then this will be a book that I'm definitely going to be cutting. Because as you see, a lot of books. Some of them have to go, and I'm thinking Blackbird possibly will be going after this week. Bully Wars, issue number 5. I am really enjoying Scotty Young's work. His artwork and the way he draws his characters are so much fun. Like, every single panel has so much going on that you just sit there and look and see something new pretty much every single time you read this book. And the story with the characters is pretty well done. Cemetery Beach, issue number 5. I was kind of getting a little bit over this book, but every single week I read it. It's action-packed, it's fast, and when it's over, you're kind of like, whoa, that was a little bit of a rush. And it's quite different than any other book that I have. Like, none of these other books are quite as action-packed as Cemetery Beach. So with it being just a quick read, I think I'm definitely gonna be finishing this series out. Die, issue number 2. This is a gorgeous cover. The first issue set up this like Jumanji type of world where you have these kids who played this board game, and they're all given individual dice, and they're all going to be different characters. And all of a sudden they get sucked into the game, and then they come back, I think 10 years or 15 years later, and one of them had lost their arm, and they went on with their business, and then they came back because they got like a message from one of their friends who was stuck in the Die universe, and they decided to come back and try to find their friend. So the first issue really just set up the world and the story, and did it really well and really quick, where some issues would have taken like 3 issues to get to where we are now. So I'm really intrigued to find out and learn about this world that these kids, or these adults, now are in. Freeze, issue number 2. I loved issue number 1. The whole idea of having your people, or everyone in the world, who have frozen except for you. And when you touch somebody, it unfreezes them. So you have this conundrum. Do you unfreeze everybody, or do you just get individuals to figure out, or get these special people, smart people, to figure out what to do? And issue number 1 really had me at the get-go. And so issue number 2, I'm dying to read. Gunning for Hits, music thriller, issue number 1. No idea what this book's about. All I know is Image new number 1, and I think there's a lot of new number 1s, most likely, in that pile. So, interested in reading that one. LaGuardia, issue number 2. This book, the first issue, set up this really cool dynamic where these alien races came to our world, and they're dealing with integration and borders, but in a very sophisticated way, and very much not a judgmental way. And I definitely can get behind this book because the person who's writing it seems very smart, and the artwork is really beautiful. So I'm really intrigued to see what issue number 2 brings. Ooh boy, Moth and Whisper, issue number 5. I love this series. This series always reminds me of like a Mission Impossible-esque romp that just every single issue is just so much fun, and the artwork is really well done. Definitely one of my favorite books going today. Murder Falcon, issue number 4. I am wondering where this book is going, because when you're just dealing with these no-name monsters, it's kind of like Monster of the Week type of book. I'm gonna give it a little bit of leeway. I love the art, but the characters I think need more development, and I need a bad guy. I mean, they showed like this bad guy in a couple panels, like this ultimate bad guy, but really he's just another nameless monster. So I'm hoping that the book gets a little bit better. If not, it'll be going on the wayside. Agathas Home for Wayward Rabbits. Love this series. Keith Giffen and Benjamin Roman have created such a fun book. This is a book that you could give to children or to teens. It's an all ages book that the writing is so strong and the artwork is so strong that it all just works. And I think this will be a fun read to read with my nephews. So I'm really am excited to read the next issue. I think this is a blank cover for the new Alien series that I put on my pull list. I know there's two. The Alien 3 and then this one. I love this cover, but I can't remember what the book's called. Bitterroot, issue number 3. I am enjoying this series. I'm intrigued to see where the series goes, because I feel... Oh, I got the Scotty Young one. That's cool. That's awesome. Good series. Intrigued to see where it goes. It's not the best series in the world, but it's definitely one that every single issue, just like, okay, I can't wait to issue next issue. Another Aftershock book that's awesome. Patience, conviction, revenge. This guy's going out for, as you see, patience in his convictions and in his revenge. It's a really cool story where this man has built all these different robots and he's out to go get revenge on the people that messed with him back in the day. And you get to see a really cool Las Vegas. And this book is just so imaginative, and the world that that these two, Patrick Camino and Jim Campbell, have created is just beautiful, stunning. Definitely a strong book, and a book that I'm definitely going to finish out. SelfMade, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was really strange at the beginning, where you couldn't really get it, or get a handle on what the story actually is until the final page, and then it made every single thing with the issue make sense. I'm not going to ruin what that reveal was, but SelfMade issue number 2, I cannot wait to read, because the reveal on on the last page of issue number 1 just made my mind go, whoa, okay, this is some good stuff. That's what I like about this stack. This stack has a whole bunch of good comics. Wizard Beach issue number 1 was really charming, so I'm definitely excited to try out issue number 2, where you got this kid who's going to his grandfather. His grandfather decided to leave the wizarding world behind and all their drama, and he decided to get this beach for wizards to just lay back and enjoy life. And his grandsons come to him and be like, "Grandfather, I need you to help." And of course, the grandfather's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna enjoy life." So, Tarak, issue number 1 by Dynamite Comics. Gonna give this book a try. If I don't like it, I'll just throw it to the wayside. But with Conan that came out last week, I really enjoyed. Hopefully Tarak can be just like that brutalizing fun that you got with Conan. Criminal, issue number 1 by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. This is a big book. I got all this. It looks like 2 comics in one for one price. So definitely excited to read that one. Prodigy, issue number 1. Mark Millar. He is a writer that definitely you can love him or hate him. And I'm intrigued to see where he's going to go with this. Where you got this Prodigy who's the smartest man in the world, and he sees this situation coming, and he decides he's the only man to fix it. And really, issue number one was just to set up how good and how smart this guy is. Like, move these comics out of the way. And then we got the Dreamy, issue number 5. Dreaming has been my favorite out of the Sandman universe. So with each and every issue, the artwork is so brilliant that you don't understand how this artist can just throw out all this beautiful artwork and keep on a regular monthly schedule. But Billiquest Evely, I believe that's who is the artist. You are the best artist of 2018 by far. Outer Darkness, issue number 3. I haven't read issue number 2 yet. Issue number 1 set up basically this space, like Star Trek-esque space romp that by John Layman. And John Layman, I believe he wrote Shoe, and I love that series. And so I was interested to see what he does next. And so I'm going to give that book a chance. Atomic Robo, the world's greatest science adventure magazine. Issue number 1, A Dawn of a New Era. It's Atomic Robo, and I haven't read Atomic Robo in a long time. But would there be a new issue number 1 with a new awesome story with Atomic Robo? I had to get it. Alien 3, issue number 3, I believe. And I have not read issue number 2. Issue number 1 was very slow. And so, if issue number 3, I'll read issue number 2. But if issue number 2 and issue number 3 don't entice me, this book will be going on the wayside. But I do love this cover. Just a beautiful cover of the alien. We got here Miles Morales, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was really it was a lot of fun. It was a great introduction to people who have never read Miles Morales, to get a handle on who the character is, especially after watching the beautiful Into the Spider-Verse, where all these people got introductions into Miles Morales. And then if they go to their comic book shop and their comic book owner is smart, they would have just handed them issue number 1 and been like, here's all you need to know about Miles Morales. And the end with the Rhino, it was really awesome. So it made me really excited to see where the series was going. Adventures of the Super Sons, issue number 6. We're halfway through this maxi series. I like it. I don't love it, but it's good enough that I'm going to keep on going. Justice League, issue number 15. I have not read the last 2 issues, so I have to catch up. But Scott Snyder, I don't really have a grasp yet on his series, or on his run on Justice League, because I want to take some time with these characters and give some character development, but all this action that's been happening week in and week out, or with every single issue, I don't know, it's been hit or miss. Like the whole Drowned Earth scenario, really, I just did not like that little mini event that was happening. Batman, issue number 62. I hear like the next couple issues are all kind of one-shots, I think, with all different artists. So I'm intrigued to see where King's going to go with this series, but I do believe that Peter Tomasi on Detective is the supreme Batman title that everyone should be watching. But King has been on Batman for so long that who knows where he's going to go from here. Avengers, issue number 12. Beautiful cover. Jason Aaron is writing the series, and it's been fun, but a book that I may drop because, well, there's so many other books that are better. Ooh, yay! Green Lantern, issue number 3. As you can tell, I got so many books that, like, sometimes I forget that I picked one up. I have been enjoying Sharp's art, and with Grant Morrison's writing. It's like really strange. Like, this book and how strange it is, it's so entertaining because you just never know what you're going to get page in and page out. What different type of aliens you're going to see. And it's just a beautiful book. Captain Marvel, issue number 1. Kelly Thompson is back on the book. I heard that her original run on Captain Marvel was amazing, and so with her coming back on, they gave her a whole new number 1. I'm not really into the whole entire cover art, but we'll give this book a try. See if maybe I'll get issue number 2. But if not, it's always good to try out new books. Issue number 1, A Man Without Fear, and issue number 2, A Man Without Fear. I think this is a weekly series to start out, which I'm not really excited for, but I am always down to try out a new run or a new writer's take on The Man Without Fear. So, definitely am intrigued to dive into those books. Young Justice, I believe this is the first comic from the Wonder Comics line by Brian Michael Bendis. So I just had to try it out, see if I like it. I know that this is for younger readers, but sometimes the younger reader stuff is sometimes the best stuff. So I'll definitely give this book a try. And finally, the last one of this huge mega haul that was like $130. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue number 1. No idea what I'm going to get into, but I really enjoy the mainline Amazing Spider-Man, so I'll give this book a try. And it seems like 2018 was the year of Spider-Man, with the video game, with the Spider-Verse, and then with the Avengers movie and what happened to him and that. It's been a wild ride with Spider-Man this year. So hopefully 2019, this is still the year of Spider-Man. So excited to read this. It's a huge freaking week, but some books will have to go. But for now, I'll just be happy reading my books. So what did you guys pick up this week? Let me know. And what do you guys think that I should pull on my, what comic should I cancel or say I should fire you? But there's a lot of books. A lot of books I think will be going off my pull list. But for now, I'm just going to have happy reading. So if you like what you've seen here, rate, comment, subscribe. My name's David, and I love talking about comics. And if you love listening to somebody talk about comics, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time on the David Lee Comic Fix.